Hey there, and welcome to the full course of Design for Scientists. Get ready to significantly improve the way you visually communicate your science and design your presentations. So first things first, let us introduce you to the topic of design and make sure we start with a good base in order for you to follow the rest of the course. So what is design and why is it important for scientists? If you Google what is design or design definition, this is what you find. Design is a plan or drawing produced to show the look and functioning or workings of a building, garment, or other object before it is made. Or as a verb, it would be deciding upon the look and functioning of a building, garment, or other object by making a detailed drawing of it. What's interesting about these definitions is that they talk about look and function. And this is exactly what you should know about design. It always has a function and a form. Again, function and form or look. And for the same function, you can have many forms. For example, for me to record this class, I could be using my smartphone, a professional camera, or a webcam. So I want the function of recording a video. And this can take these different forms. But in our case, or in the case of scientists, researchers, and academics, most likely your function will be your research, your work, or anything around that. And obviously it can take many forms. Your research could be presented as an article, with slides, poster presentation, with figures and data and graphs, and orally, speaking about your science, for example. And in this course, you're going to be seeing more of these three, basically because they are the most visual ones. And they have a lot to do with presentation. But keep in mind, all of them require design. Now going back to the function and form, you have to know that function comes first and the form follows. And it shouldn't be the other way around. And what does that mean? It means that you have your content that you want to talk about. And then there is this pre-designed, very generic template, which is a form that you can use. But when you try to fit your content into it, it just won't work. And from now on, for every presentation that you have to make, don't be slide-centric. Always be idea-centric, which means that you'll be first outlining your ideas, and then you're going to be applying them to your slides. I know starting with a blank slide can be intimidating, but that means that you're going to be putting content into it with purpose. And that's why templates are not always a good idea, because in that case, the form would come first and the function would follow. And by now, we know that this is not the way it should be. The way it should be is having your idea, knowing exactly what you want to say, your main message, and then creating content around it. Other definitions that I really like about design is the intermediary between information and understanding. Basically what that means is you have your own knowledge, of course, and then you want to transmit it in a good way because your audience has to understand it. And by designing great presentations, you'll be able to achieve that much more effectively. In the same line, you can say that design is intelligence made visible. Again, you can be the most knowledgeable person in the world, but if you cannot show to your audience what you want them to understand, then probably they won't know that you are the most knowledgeable person in the world. And at last, design should never say, "Look at me." It should always say, "Look at this." And this plays a little bit with the idea that design is for decoration, which is not. It is in fact a tool that will enhance your communication. And you understand exactly what I'm saying throughout this course. So talking about this course, what are our goals here? First, we want to show you why you should care. Then we want to present you with objective concepts. And at last, we want to make it as easy as possible for you to follow. And most importantly, apply these concepts. Apply what you see in this course. And that's why we created classes that go directly to the point, that will give you instant value, and that you can always revisit to make sure you will stand out and enhance the way you communicate visually. We will talk a lot about presentations, right? And so what are the components of a presentation? Basically, regardless if it's a presentation with slides or if it's a poster presentation, you will have your content, your research, your ideas, experiments, results, anything you want to communicate to your audience. Then you will support that with visuals, any visual element, information, figures, and your slides, of course. And then there is the delivery of it. It combines the things you say, non-verbal communication, body language, for example, and stuff like that. But in this course, we're going to be focusing much more in the visual elements of a presentation. Again, if we go back, you now know that our focus here is talking about posters, slides, and figures, but more specifically about slides, because these are the ones that you're going to be creating a whole lot during your professional academic life. Since there are many situations in which you're going to be presenting slides, such as research seminars, symposiums, course lectures, if you're a teacher, of course, lab meetings, journal clubs, really a lot of situations. And I'm not even talking about if you go to the industry, for example. I know that because I worked at a pharmaceutical company and it was all about creating slides. Now, the goal of a slide presentation is to connect with your audience and communicate directly with them. And the good part of it is that you have a powerful visual aid to help you with that. And unlike other presentation formats, slides allow you to show anything you want whenever you want. And I presented this part this way, more in an advertisement way, just to show you how incredibly powerful slides can be. And that's it for the first onboarding class. I hope you like it, and I'll see you in the next ones.